What's going on, King of Kings family? Pastor Eric here. Welcome to another edition of Beyond Sunday, where we take the loose ends from Sunday's sermon, tie them up, and talk about how they apply to our lives the other 6.5 days of the week that we are not in church. I want to take a slightly different track with Beyond Sunday today and talk about the young adult and college student community that it was shared on Sunday by our council president, Kevin Vernagas, that I will be leading and directing and helping to develop both at Oakland University and then also connecting with young adults who are not college students or go to one of our other area colleges but would want to interface with this community. So a little bit of context and background. About a year ago, the pastors in this area got together and started talking about ways that we could meaningfully partner as congregations and as clergy. And the area of ministry where there was the most energy and excitement was in the area of young adult ministry and college ministry. And as we continue that conversation through the winter and into the spring, what became clear to the group was that I had the most energy for that ministry, and that I had the most experience in that ministry. Many of you know that in my time before King of Kings, I was going through seminary, but I was also running a college ministry at the University of Toledo. And Toledo, very similar to Oakland in terms of it being a predominantly commuter school, it being a regional draw from around the area, and just the unique opportunities and challenges that presents. And so it was recommended by our area clergy. It was agreed upon by our synod, and it was supported by our congregational council that I would take a leadership and developer role with Zoe Oakland, which is the name of this new community that is being developed. Zoe comes from the Greek word for life, which is Zoe, and I am inspired by that, by the passage in John chapter 10, where Jesus says, "I have come that they might have life and life to the full." And so that's what we're wanting to do, is help college students find life to the full. It doesn't change much in terms of my role here at King of Kings, other than we are working to develop teams and raise up other leaders to take on certain aspects of ministry that I've been shouldering up until this point. One example of that is we now have an active stewardship team who will be managing the fund development aspect of our life together at King of Kings. So running our fall stewardship appeal, any special offerings we do, any ways in which we seek to inspire generosity within the congregation and beyond the congregation, that team will be responsible for managing that. And so I'm working with them to hand over some of those responsibilities. I'll still be involved in that, but not to the degree that I was. So that's one example. We are also, you'll hear more about this in a couple weeks, Stephen Ministry is being sort of revitalized, and I'm excited about that, working with the trained Stephen ministers that we already have, potentially recruiting additional Stephen ministers, and then also making sure that folks know about Stephen ministry and that the benefit that it has both to those within our family of faith and to the community beyond it. So those are just a couple of teams that are being developed to help carry some of the load that I've carried, so that I am then free to do more with the young adult and college student population. It will occupy about 25% of my time, which is not insignificant, but it should not disrupt the operations of the church and the other ways in which I provide leadership and care and support the mission of King of Kings. So that's what's going on with that. If you have questions about that, I would love to hear it. I'm super excited. It definitely fits within our breakthrough objective for our vision and strategic plan that we shared on Sunday about reaching out to those disconnected from church and faith, helping them to find meaning and purpose for their lives in Jesus and to find community here or within congregations around the area. So really looking forward to being involved with that. If you have college students, I'd love to meet them. If you know college students, I'd love to meet them. If you love college students, I'd love to talk to you about the way that you might be able to be involved with Zoe Oakland. It's very much on the ground floor. We're still figuring a lot of stuff out, but I'm excited with what we've already seen happen. I've been on campus several times, met with several students, continuing to meet more, and looking forward to seeing how that community shapes up. So that's what's going on with Zoe Oakland, with young adult and college ministry. That's what was referenced on Sunday. You'll hear more this Sunday about how King of Kings will directly benefit from that ministry. There is a way in which we will benefit financially because of my role with Zoe Oakland. And while that not being the primary driver of my involvement, it will certainly help us in some of our other objectives that we identified. And as I said, you'll be hearing about that this Sunday. So again, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, anything you want to talk about as it relates to that, please reach out to me. Otherwise, have an awesome week, and I will see you on Sunday. Thanks for watching. Be on Sunday.